My first experience with abuse was childhood sexual abuse. So I've encountered multiple rapes from the age of 12 through 18, and then teen dating violence. I've experienced that, and then it went into an abusive relationship as an adult. It was a relationship that I got in too quickly, as I now tell people. It just became verbal abuse. It progressed to physical abuse, and then it progressed to him almost taking my life. It was terrifying because it started with just an argument, of course, and I was drugged down this long hallway and punched in the head, and when I awakened, I was sitting in my bedroom on the side of my bed, and the jacket I had on was across the room on the floor. So I don't know what happened in between there. I always tell people I was blacked out for hours. That's what it felt like. He had hit me once before and I kicked him out. And I'll never forget, there was a movie out at the time, what's his name? Steve Martin, Roxanne was out. So wherever he was living, every time he saw that commercial, his heart would sink because it was saying Roxanne. So he calls me and apologizing, and me, I'm thinking I'm in love, let him back in. And then of course the violence continued, and it got worse and worse and worse. And then the next time is when he almost took my life, and that time I kicked him out and never let him back in. At first I felt ashamed of what I had been through, because people in my family, they really liked this guy. Even my mother, who never liked anybody I dated, she actually liked him. So I was ashamed of what I was going through, and my message now is we should not be ashamed of the other person's behavior. What are we ashamed of? Why should I be ashamed of his behavior? After that incident, that's what woke me up. I became determined to help other women not go through this abuse. I had no idea there was already people doing it. So my goal was to educate women at that time about how to get out of abusive relationships or how to never get into them. To this day, it's so funny, I was trying to go back in my memory. I have no idea how I found out about the Women's Center Shelter. But I ended up here and I had a counseling session. And all I can remember, I have no clue of who the counselor was. I have no recollection of the discussion. All I know is I felt good when I left. That's all I can remember about it. I just really, really felt good about it. And from that point forth, I was referring people to the shelter. And then years later, I became a volunteer. So I am still a volunteer, and I refer people all the time. And I've been asked to attend events on behalf of the shelter. And when I do tabling events, I make sure I have all of the resources from the shelter to distribute. The organization itself is just inviting, and I like that about it. It's here to serve us all, and and from my knowledge, if you don't have beds available, you help refer them to other sources. I've known that to happen as well. So it's just a great support system for women and their children.